Christmas continues this Sunday with the Feast of the Epiphany. Now, what is the Epiphany? That's not a word that we use in our everyday speech anymore, but that word epiphany means a revelation, a making known, or a manifestation. And in the gospel reading for this Sunday, we're told of the epiphany of the magi, that Christ was made known to them in the stars. But they're not the only ones who received an epiphany. King Herod also receives an epiphany. Christ is not made known to him in the stars, but he's made known to him by the magi themselves, who follow the light of the star to Jerusalem to seek out the newborn king of the Jews, and they make known to Herod this news that they've received, this epiphany that they've had, that a king has been born. Now, these two people, the magi and Herod, respond to this epiphany in very different ways. We're told that the magi receive the news with great joy, whereas Herod receives the news and is greatly troubled. Now, when you and I have our epiphany of Christ, when Christ is made known to us, in whatever various ways he's made known to us, through reading the Gospels, through hearing preaching at Mass, through our parents and our catechists, whatever way Christ is made known to us, we can respond either with great joy, like the Magi, or sometimes we can find ourselves feeling greatly troubled, like King Herod. Why was King Herod troubled when he heard the news of the newborn king? Well, he perceived that news as a threat to his power, a threat to his status, a threat to his comfort. And when we find ourselves feeling troubled by the good news of Christ, it's because we also perceive it as a threat to our status, a threat to our comfort, right? There's something that we have grown attached to, something that we place great value on, that we fear we will have to give up in order to follow that star to Christ. And we're unwilling to do that. There's a reaction of fear there. And fear can lead us to do horrible things. It led Herod to order the slaughter of all the male children under 2 in his kingdom. And hopefully fear won't lead you and I to do anything like that, but it can still lead us to do very destructive things for ourselves and for those around us. But we can also respond like the Magi responded and receive that news with great joy and receive it as a call to action, right? They didn't just receive the news of the birth of a new Jewish king and say, well, isn't that nice? We'll send a card, right? No, they got up and they left their homes. They embarked upon a journey to Jerusalem, to Bethlehem. They sought out the Christ. And then when they found him, they paid him homage and they gave him their gifts. So we should receive the news in that way, right? As a call to action, as an invitation to embark on our own spiritual journey, to leave behind our homes, maybe not in a literal sense, but to leave behind the comfort zones that we've erected around ourselves, right? To embark on this spiritual quest to find Christ. And then when we come to him, to give him homage and to give him our treasures, our gifts. And of course, the greatest gift that we have to give him is ourselves, is our hearts. That's all that Jesus wants for Christmas. So let's receive our epiphany today, not in a spirit of fear, as King Herod did, but with a spirit of love and joy and generosity. Praise be Jesus Christ.